Okay, what we have seen during this in Turk revolution, or that the conservative people were transformed or into reformist one, or the reforms introduced by the Young Turk movement in this country after this revolution. What are the reforms? Reforms mean very simple: participation of Armenians in the administration, in the police, the security forces, and allowing Armenians free in the education, and then totally equality. For example, acceptance Armenian testimonials in Islam, Muslim courts also, and so on and so forth. And Armenians, through their revolutionary organization, Armenian Revolutionary Federation, ARF, they were part of Ottoman government also. So they were in strategic alliance with the Union and the Progress Party. Both parties, for example, beginning of 1909, established a joint committee, and the task of this committee was to implement reforms. And this committee went to Eastern Anatolia, prepared the report on what the reforms should be, and so on and so forth. But these reforms never realized. So they meet again together and planned for these reforms, for this participation of Armenians in the administration and also in police, security force, etc., etc. See, what the Armenians, the demand is that separate state for Armenians, but uh, by this intervention of this, or the combined forces of CUP, they make a plan for these reforms. But all these reforms for the inclusion of Armenians in the political administration became a dream, not in reality. And the Young Turks came into power with a promise of equality for all. However, tensions continued within the empire as former supporters of the Sultan rebelled in a violent backlash against Armenian equality. Problems continued with a series of conflicts in the Balkans that resulted in the Ottoman Empire losing its non-Turkish, non-Muslim populations in the region, as well as much of its territory. These conflicts came to head in the Balkan Wars of 1912 and 1913. Balkan War 1913 was a really important turning point. Ottomans lost within 1 week approximately 80% of their European population and maybe more than 60% of their European land holdings. It was a big shock for them to lose these territories within 1 week. This is the problem. See, they came into power by telling that we are all equal before God and we are equal, equality. But what happened during the course of this time? In 1913, Engtak Muhammad Talat, Ahmad uh, Dajwa, Ajmal, and Ismail Anwar organized a military coup and formed a coalition of ultra-nationalists who believed that the only way to hold on to the empire was to embrace a radical ideology of ethnic resettlement, deportation, and eventually genocide. It was the end of the policy of unity of the subject people within the empire. So then they openly declared their Turkism. That's a problem. We can see that the Turk for Turkey, Turkism, and Turkish nationalism became official party policy. And then they started to develop certain plans to Anatolia. See, these policies of unity of the people within the empire, and they change their mind and they try to develop the Turkish nationalism against Armenians and Egyptians or Greeks. They started implementing a policy which may call homogenization of Anatolia. The purpose was to get rid of the Christians out of Anatolia. They tried to get rid of the Christians from uh, Anatolia.